friends and families that came from far away, and those just came out here to be a part of this special event. So for those folks who are wearing the same funny clothes like me, I want to talk a lot to them because they don't understand our world. So I'm going to try to expose them to our world. And for those, so give me a little leeway, please. Because what I want to do is explain to them first the importance of this type of moment. And so the military retirement ceremony for us is a unique type of situation. It's a milestone type of event that we don't take lightly. It takes a lot of planning to go into these things, but more importantly, it takes 20 years worth of hard work and dedication to get here, and everybody doesn't do it, unfortunately. So first, to say thank you to the people who put this together. I appreciate that. But so just understand what I'm going to present to you. The difference between the military retirement is the rest of our stuff. Like when we get promoted, it's all looking about what we can do in the future, right? So everything is about, do I have the ability to be in the next rank and hold the next job and perform in that job, right? Whereas the military retirement ceremony is wholly unique because it's wholly filled with reflective moments. So we look at the past, and we as a service, as an Air Force, take the opportunity to say thank you to that member for the service that they've given to their country, given to our United States Air Force over a stretch of time. And so that's the first reason why I'm honored to be here, because first I get to be the person who represents the United States Air Force in this moment to say thank you for the service that you've done. Not yet. Haven't heard a thing I gotta say. So that's the first honor, and then as all of you can tell, I get the distinct privilege that's probably unique, maybe it's unique to officers, I don't know, but unique to a few of us, that we get the privilege to stand here, but sometimes we get to retire and host special ceremonies for our friends. And so today, I'm distinctly privileged because I'm able to do the retirement ceremony for my absolute best friend. And I don't have a problem saying it. It makes me emotional a little bit. We'll get through it. But I'm telling you, so I get to be that person, to be in this milestone, to talk about the great things of my friend. And so, I don't know of a better reason for me to come back to Barksdale. Barksdale is great. Last time I was in Barksdale with a uniform on, I was seeing Col Brooks. I was out processing the 96 Bomb Squadron, headed to Osan Air Base, Korea. And so I got there around September, and around December, I'm in the gym, finished playing basketball or something, and I walked past this person in the bleachers, wholly criticizing me with their eyes. You know what I'm talking about. So I'm not gonna let that moment pass. I'm gonna say, "What? Hey, how you doing?" So we exchanged the way where I'm from. When we say hi, we say, "What's up?" She said, "What's up?" And it seemed kind of familiar. It seemed kind of strange. It was both familiar to me and sort of threatening to me. One, because it's familiar to me because of the rhythm and the cadence. The way it came out sounded familiar because I'm from the west side of Chicago, so I heard a little something that was familiar to me. And then as we got to talking, it became threatening to me because I realized she's from the south side. So after I secured all my valuables, we began to, I got the stage. We began to build a friendship. And that was late, around December time frame in 1996. And what I met was a young lady who grew up in Chicago, south side of Chicago, had come into the Air Force, and the Air Force had made her a supply specialist. And she was in the wisdom of the Air Force, they said, "Hey, you're new to the Air Force, here's what we want you to do. I want you to go to Osan Air Base in Korea, South Korea." And why is that significant? Because in South Korea, at that base, we are, at that time, we probably were the closest to the enemy as anyone else. You're literally right down the road from the people that are watching you, watch them, getting ready to fight you as you get ready to fight them. And so when you're in Osan or when you're in Kunsan or any of those bases on the rock, as we call it, we require everybody. It doesn't matter. If you're young, you're old, it doesn't matter. Game on. Okay? I understand you just came in the Air Force. I understand your background is not mine. I understand all these differences. You might be way short and but we expect for you to get at the mission. And so she's a part of the 51st Supply Squadron, and as a part of that squadron, they had a mission to allow us to help us fight that mission. And I'll back up a bit and just let you know the importance of supply and logistics. So when we go into war, I'll talk to you all now, when we go into war, we understand that your military, your combat effectiveness is gonna be dependent on a few things. Central to them, some of those central premises are, you're gonna be as combat effective as your training has prepared you, right? You're gonna be combat effective as your will and your discipline allow you. And you're gonna be as combat effective as your logistical thread allows you to be. One of the first things we try to do when we fight wars, we try to cut the enemy off from their logistical network. And so you're alone and unafraid, and you have no water, you have no supplies, you have no way to fix your equipment, things like that. The enemy does the same thing to us. So logistics and supply is a key support element for us. And in that career field, again, you gotta be game on, because in Korea, we need to be ready to fight when we're ready to fight, whatever time there's gonna be. And everybody has to facilitate that. And so she came in as a young supply troop in important jobs. And early on, she was recognized to be an exceptional performer. So much so that she was given NCO type of work, so above her grade type of work. She had only been in the Air Force less than a year, so but given above her grade type of work. Some of the things that was noted, they gave her an inventory of over 3,600 items and said, hey, make sure that all of these items are properly accounted for and properly maintained. And she did that to perfection. She also was put in other jobs and other positions that NCOs would normally be in charge of, making sure our mission critical assets were available to the warfighter. And she did a great job, to the point where in her performance report they said exceptional, performs above her grade, we've given her NCO work. And I'll stop for a second and explain another thing, you all. What she was exhibiting is what all of us, regardless of what your rank is, how long you've been in the military, we live on 3 premises. We call them our core values. We believe if we each and every one of us lives by these 3 things, we'll be okay as a military. So the first thing, you gotta have integrity. Just whatever you say, you mean it. What you say you're gonna do, you're gonna do. Your word counts. The next thing is that you're gonna be excellent in all you do. I don't care if I give you a small job of monitoring 3,500 pieces of equipment, just make sure the paperwork is done, whatever the case may be. We depend on you to make sure that's done right every time. Or at least give your best effort to do it. And then the last thing, you'll see this thread also throughout our career, is we expect you to put the service before yourself. And so the first thing she was doing straight off the bat at OSAN was demonstrating those core values, specifically that excellence in all we do. And then she went on from OSAN and went to Whiteman. Whiteman Air Force Base, Bob Dawson, Missouri?
Yep.
Great place. I went to California. But anyway, it was a great place. She continued to excel though. So much so that she was one of the youngest people in her organization, but she was training other people to do the jobs that they had been in the organization in the past, and they were showing some delinquency, some errors. So I'll give you an example. So there was shipping record delinquencies, right? So we ship things, make sure you understand where you're shipping to, when you're gonna get them back, those kinds of things. That's a small task, important task, right? This one organization had 510 delinquencies to those records, so they didn't know what those records were. And so she was getting that task when she first came in and said, hey, fix this problem. And within a month, she got that 510 to down to 68. Then the next thing she said was, I'm not just gonna fix the baseline problem, the issue that you have, I'm gonna fix the core problem of it all. And I'm gonna make sure that we have 0 delinquency issues for the remainder of my time. And within 60 days, she had done that. And then the next piece is, it's not good enough for you to be good. You have to make other people good. That's the core leadership for us. Everybody in these uniforms, they'll tell you that. You have to invest in others. And so she developed a training program to make sure other folks could do the things that she did. So that once she moved on and she got assigned to do some other tasks, they could do that excellence that we saw will continue on. And that's important. That's one example of many examples that I can tell you about. I'll tell you this though, here's what it culminated in. At about the E2, at a certain point in your E2 rank, we start to look across the E2s and see who's the best of the E2s. We say, can we promote them? I'm sorry, E3 actually. Can we promote them to senior? can we promote them early ahead of her peers? And she did that. She was the one they picked to become CM and below zone. And that was just, it was a testament. And again, it was the Air Force saying, hey, look, we recognize that you're able to do more than your grades. You've been doing it. You've been doing NCO work. You've been helping us get better and better at each of these units. So let me go ahead and reward you for that. And then I asked Jazz and Jakeem, what else happened at Whiteman that was great? Quiz. Come on, man, you're a cop. Come on. You two were born. Also at Whiteman, she had had two of the most important pieces of her life, Jazz and Jakeem, and they've been I can personally say this, they've been a source of joy to her ever since. You guys make me proud all the time. But here's a weird thing. So everything is going pretty good, right? Then all of a sudden, she started feeling bad. She doesn't know what's going on. Eventually, so fast forward from not feeling good, but I'm doing good at my job, to she goes to the doctor and they say, hey, you need to have neurosurgery. So you get this moment in your life like, whoa, I went from being exceptional in my unit into now I gotta have brain surgery. I will make the joke about thinking the big brain on Bob, but anyway. So imagine the resilience that you have to have after they literally screw bolts in your head to fix your problem. Right? It's easy for a lot of people to say, a lot of people could have just raised their hand at that point and say, hey, I'm done. I've done good in my career so far, I'll get some type of medical retirement. I want to go focus on my health, I want to go focus on my family way. But here's what service before self does. Service before self says that you have that type of traumatic type of incident in your life. And you say, I'm going to still serve. When I heal, I'm going to put my uniform back on, I'm going to serve. And that's what she did. And she did it so well, then she get promoted. She got promoted again. She got promoted to staff sergeant. So that's a testament to the person that she is at her core, the values that she holds dear to herself at her core. So then they moved on from Whiteman. They went from Whiteman, they went to Mildenhall in the UK. It's about an hour and a half or so from London, not very far from London. She took her expertise there, and smartly, they made her the assistant unit training manager, which meant that now she has to take everything that's in her nugget, all of the things that she's been training other people to do, and do that on a large scale for over 300 and some people, and make sure those people are good to go so they can execute that mission. Because although she's not in Korea, looking up to North Korea, she's in Europe looking over to Russia. And we gotta be able to execute that mission too. And so, but what were the three things she told me to talk about you? She's been telling me how to do this retirement ceremony since 2001. Those three things, sweet, kind, and gentle. I got it out the way. There it is. Everybody in the room eyes bugged. I wish y'all could see what I saw. But dare I say her sort of interpersonal skills came out. Because what she started to do was she started to take young people, and then, so for you all to know, we have methods to training, and one of those we call them career development courses. You go through a bunch of books, you read, it helps you get that formal, it helps to solidify your formal education, right? But you have to pass it, and they're not easy. And sometimes young folks aren't focused, or sometimes they just don't get it, right? It's hard. So she took the time to pull young folks aside and do one-on-one studying with them. She took the time to develop a training program to help them learn how to do test taking skills and things of that nature. And for those individuals that took that course and took time to spend time with her, 100% pass rate. And for those individuals who didn't, and they didn't pass, when they did come with her, those individuals not only passed the test, but they passed with it in the 80s or high 80s. She's talking about people who failed the test and then they go into being a student. That's a testament to what she can do and what the leadership that she has and the knowledge that she pours into people. I think that's a testament to her. She also goes off, and this is the first time, she goes off and deploys to Kuwait to help us, because this is a small thing going on. We got 2 wars going on. So she helps us fight wars in Afghanistan and Iraq at the same time with that deployment. Does a great job. This time, like so every place she goes, she gets promoted. So if I leave it out of place, don't hold it against me. She gets promoted to tech sergeant because she had done such a great job. And then she goes from there. She goes to Minot, North Dakota. Right? So I'll tell you this. So what she went to, the place she went to, is arguably. I'm not going to do that. In the military, the U.S. military is arguably the most lethal base in the world. Here's what they do. They bring together two types of components for us. I'm a nuclear missile operator by my trade, like years ago. And so they have that type of base, ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles. They also marry up on that same base another wing that does strategic long-range bombers, right? That can also potentially have the ability to do nuclear operations as well. So that one wing has probably more lethality than any one wing in the world. It's not an exaggeration. What does that mean, though? Okay, neat fact, Frank. But what does that mean? It means this. It means that everybody on that wing, in either one of those wings, because it's two wings in one, not only do they have to be disciplined and know their job, but they have to have a strict attention to detail and a discipline to do those every single task correctly, every single time. There's no questions, there's no excuses. That's how it gotta be. I lived that life, so I'm telling you from firsthand experience. She did a bunch of jobs there. So she started off in LRS, Logistics Readiness Squadron, doing the same thing, watching hundreds of millions of dollars of equipment, making sure that equipment comes in and out the base and is utilized in an appropriate way. Oversaw airmen and those kinds of things. Then she went to an aircraft maintenance squadron, helped the aircraft maintenance squadron be better, helped them be better prepared to deploy. She was good in that. But I think the most significant thing that she did during that time period didn't happen in North Dakota. So fast forward, so her and I stay in touch all the time. So I'm in Afghanistan, 2009, 2010 time frame. And she says, hey, I'm coming to Afghanistan. I gotta deploy and I gotta come to Afghanistan. All right. She said, I'm coming to Bar. I'm like, great, let's meet up. So I've been there a few months or so, I think. So we met up and I had probably the best and worst breakfast I've ever had in my life. And here's how. So we had breakfast, happy to see my friend. You know, I had been in the combat zone for a while at that point, pretty tired of it. So we go to breakfast, right? Have a good breakfast. And, you know, breakfast, we had this weird conversation. What are you gonna be doing? Where are you gonna be? She says, well, I don't exactly know what we're doing. We're doing supply type stuff. You know? And they're giving me an option. I can stay here on Bagram, or I can go to a FOB, forward operating base, small base, downrange, even further downrange in Afghanistan. But the conversation is, do I go as a senior person? You were a master sergeant at the time? As a master sergeant, does staff or tech go? And I got mad at it instantly. Because although I knew she was talking to me as if there was some choices, a choice that you're not even gonna take is not a choice at all. So I knew my friend, my best friend, was about to go down range. And let me tell you what my experience was. So I got to Afghanistan. I was deployed with a Special Operations Task Force. We sent people to do stuff all the time. My third day in Bagram, I get there watching screens in the job, right? Joint Operations Center. It's just full of screens. You see full of screens and speakers busy about doing the business of combat. You're watching combat on the screen. And sometimes you get displaced from it, like emotionally, because it's on a screen and you're hearing it. And so, third day, I watch these guys go hit a compound, benign type of soft attack, and they're walking off that compound. They're getting ready to go to the off field. Get the helicopters going, cross the bridge, and on that screen, because anybody that's seen full motion video at night, it's just gray, right? Shades of gray. It goes gray in the middle of that screen. Where those folks have been walking. And so then you hear a captain that was a better captain than me get on the radio because he's calm. But what he's communicating to us is that he just lost 3 Rangers. He stepped on an IED, improvised explosive device, that the enemy had put there. And about 3 or 4 days later from that, standing on the flight line in front of our C-5 jet, huge cargo plane with 3 caskets draped with a flag. And now, I got my best friend telling me she's about to go further downrange. And I'm selfish, right? This is my best friend, not yours. And she does. She goes and she serves with an IED unit, a unit that goes out, finds these types of devices and disarms these types of devices. The problem with that is, sometimes folks go out, all of them don't come back. And so, that's what service before self is. That's saying, I'll go so that you don't go, right? And understanding there's repercussions to that. Because my buddy doesn't do 4th of July like we do. Fireworks aren't the same to her like they are to me. It's just different now. That'll never be different. And so when the person that I'm retiring is a person who not only says that they're going to put the service before themselves, not only says that they're going to stand by our values, but actually execute those. And that's why I'm honored to be here. So so moving on, I thought she was going to live at mine now. Like she wanted to be there forever. She was there for 8 years. 7.5. Yes. Anyway, then she came out here to Barksdale, and since then she's been helping us make sure that the Global Strike Command, all those wings underneath that, is prepared to do its mission, its strategic deterrence mission. Which to our country, and this is not an exaggeration on purpose at all, which to our country is a significant mission for us and very, very important. Just because we're not lobbing nuclear weapons at countries doesn't mean it's not, doesn't mean that we're ineffective as shooting. And a key piece to that is to make sure that the weapon systems that we operate out of this command are ready to go when needed. And not waiting on FedEx. It's not the way it goes. So the thing I'm just trying to communicate to you is the thing that I've witnessed all my adult life almost. I've been knowing her longer than I haven't known her. Is the fact that this is a person that we're retiring today that I think that we all can be proud of. And I don't hesitate, or I'm not playing a role when I say on behalf of the United States Air Force.
Thank you.
So come up.
Attention to order. Master Sergeant MSgt Rubios distinguished herself in the performance of outstanding service to the United States as Command Nuclear Weapons Related Material Manager, Logistics Readiness Division, Directorate of Logistics and Engineering, Headquarters Air Force Global Strike Command, Barksdale Air Force Base, Louisiana. During this period, Master Sergeant Rubios was hand-selected to manage the command's $25 million nuclear weapons related material program while maintaining a phenomenal 100% accountability over 110 weapon-related items. Additionally, as a Nuclear Surety Staff Assistance Visit Team Lead, she crafted 10 realistic nuclear weapons-related material training scenarios, synchronizing logistics functions for squadron personnel. Sergeant Rubios' strict adherence to the standards and scrupulous observations led to the correction of 19 discrepancies, resulting in 0 nuclear surety inspection failures for 4 wings. Furthermore, she was a pivotal member of the policy and integration team, educating 938 changes to multiple Air Force instruction rewrites, solidifying standard procedure for future logistics processes. Finally, Sergeant Rubios led the non-repairable station analysis, identifying and resolving 20,000 repair cycle records, successfully eliminating erroneous shipment data, ultimately reducing shipment processing time to repair facilities by 50%. The singularly distinctive accomplishments of Sergeant Rubios culminate a distinguished career Compensation and Station of Assignment. Retired effective 1 June 2019 per AFI 36-3203 in the grade of Master Sergeant by the order of the Secretary of the Air Force. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. We will now present Master Sergeant Rubio with her Certificate of Retirement. Certificate of Retirement from the Armed Forces of the United States of America. You all shall see these presents. Greetings. This to certify that Master Sergeant Eugenia Rubio, having served faithfully, was retired from the United States Air Force on the first day of June 2019. Signed, David L. Goldfein, General, United States Air Force, Chief of Staff, and Eric H. Froelich, Brigadier General, Director of Logistics and Engineering, Air Force Global Strike Command. This is the presidential. We will now present her with the presidential certificate. Master Sergeant Rubio, we are pleased to present you with a presidential certificate which reads, Certificate of Appreciation for the Service in the Armed Forces of the United States of America to Master Sergeant Eugenia Rubio. I extend you my personal thanks and sincere appreciation of a grateful nation for your contribution of honorable service to our country. You have helped maintain the security of a nation during a critical time in history with a devotion to duty and a spirit of sacrifice, keeping with the proud traditions of military service. I trust that in the coming years you will maintain an active interest in the armed forces and the purpose of which you serve. Those who follow in your footsteps will draw inspiration from your commitment, dedication, and sacrifices made to ensure the protection of our American freedom. My best wishes to you for the happiness and success in the future. Signed, Donald J. Trump, Commander-in-Chief.
Lord have mercy.
We will now present the Certificate of Appreciation from the Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, which reads, I am proud to join your friends and family in congratulating you on your retirement from the United States Air Force. Master Sergeant Eugenia Rubio, the achievements and contributions you have made throughout your career are indicative of the core values of our great service. Your retirement is well deserved, but your selfless contribution will sorely be missed. On behalf of all airmen, thank you for your faithful and devoted service to our nation. As this chapter in your life closes and a new one begins, I hope that the years ahead are filled with more great memories and continued success. Given this first day of June 2019, signed, Caleb O. Wright, Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force. Every retiring member receives a retiree lapel pin. Jasmine and Jakeem, would you please come forward and present the retirement pin which signifies your mom's proud service to duty and country. Thank you, Jasmine and Jakeem. Now, Mr. Jude Abear would like to make a presentation on behalf of the men and women of the Strike Command and Readiness Division. Mr. Jude Abear, please come forward.
I'm going to go off script a little bit for, I don't normally do this. I'm a person who follows rules, standards, and And I have a standard that we have a basic gift that we normally give to a member when they retire. We don't do anything special. But Tweety was very special and holds a special place in my heart. I had the privilege to serve with her in England, in Mildenhall, and was fortunate enough to run into her again at Minot, and through the good grace of Chief North in the back of the room, we were able to bring her here to Barksdale, and she's done some great stuff as we've already heard. But Tweety has been a source of entertainment and comedy. She's also our office scorekeeper and holds the record for the highest score. And we'll leave it at that. But Tweety, thank you. You have entertained us with stories of your family, right? They were good. And just in your everyday behavior and approach. So when we served together in Mildenhall, I originally was in the material management flight where I served with Chief Frost, and then moved over to management systems flight where we worked together. Well, in material management, we had a saying: we were the monarchs of supply, right? Because we were in a country that was very royal and regal, right? And we didn't get to bestow on you what we gave to our departing members of M-Flight. And so as an honorary member and truly the one who really earned this, right? You was a member of our court, and as such, you were our court jester. I'd like to present this to you. Please open it. It is something that I hope you will look upon and reflect upon the many happy memories that you brought to us, both Mildenhall and here at Barksdale.
For the record, I am not the top scorer. You are the top scorer.
Yeah, well, that's because you're keeping score. Obviously didn't wrap it. If I wrapped it, it'd been brown paper.
I'll tell you what the score like. One time I should have a knife.
We're all thankful she doesn't.
Can you hold it? I'm gonna go down and tell him.
A knife would have came in?
Sorry, Rubio, stand up. We can't see you.
So you don't have to hold it in your hand all the time. So hopefully you can use this and remember us.
It'll get lots of love.
Now why I'm truly here, right? As a member retires from the service, they carry with them their memorabilia, things that remind them of where they served and things that they did during their time of service. We know this as our shadow box. Tweety's shadow box